NSFW, what have you found out about someone that you would never tell them you know? No. I came home for lunch one day, I rarely do this, and saw my teenage son jerking off. Naked. On the couch with earbuds in. He didn't see me. I snuck back out and got McDonald's. I stumbled upon what was to be my best friend's suicide note. Completely upended my life to support him. And everything is better for him now. We'll never know if anything I did made a difference. And don't really care, just glad my friend is good. And I don't plan to ever tell him why I made the choices I made. Edit. Thank you for my first gold awesome stranger. Found out a friend got fired from a job because he got caught jerking off in the walk-in freezer. I'm pretty sure my wife thinks I can't hear that she farts as soon as she gets in the shower. When I was 15, my mom asked me to fix her phone because the internet wasn't working. After poking around for a while, I figured it out and went to test it. When I opened up Google, her top searches were how to make my husband love me and how to make my husband notice me. My dad has been cheating on her most of my life. I'm 20. When her and I talked about him cheating, she said she was used to it and was just staying with him for my sister and I, and that she no longer really loved him. I believed her up until that point. I never told her I saw that. The dad of one of my friends is terminal. She already lost her mom when she was younger and she has a younger sister still in high school. She hasn't told anyone, but I found out because my cousin dates her younger sister. She still seems so happy all of the time. He wasn't supposed to live to see 2018, but he's still around, which is nice. But it still pains me whenever I see her. Sad face. That I stole my best friend's keys, shoes, belts, and shaving razors in order to save him from attempting suicide. He was incredibly drunk and in the worst mental state of depression and anger I've ever seen, and he was searching for his keys so he could drive home 4 hours, but while he was on a tangent in a different room, I stole his things, shoes because shoelaces. He was searching for those keys for hours in the early AM and I searched with him all night. When I finally got him to bed, I returned all his things. He's much better now and has gotten help. I've posted this before, but near the end of college I discovered my roommate and his sister had a sexual relationship. That their dad cheated on their mom and they have a half-sister they don't know about. That they were named in honor of someone who killed his wife and then himself, leaving several kids behind as orphans. I found my brother's Reddit account. He tried some stuff sexually that I would rather not know. And definitely would not want him to know that I know. Accidentally stumbled across nudes on the internet from a girl I know. Some properly kinky stuff and requests, etc. We were never particularly close, but it's still something I'd never say in a million years. Recently found out that my grandmother has cancer. I don't want her to know that I know because I want her to just enjoy my company and take her mind off of it. Fuck cancer. My brother is actually my half-brother. Always wondered why he didn't look like my dad. I knew that my husband's former boss was getting ducked by a police officer at work while her husband listened in on the phone. Her husband is the one who usually set it up. My husband and I never told her we knew that. But it taught me that even the most vanilla couples on the outside can be real freaks in the sheets on the inside. I found a stuffed Lola bunny doll with a hole and cum stains at a friend's house. Found out more about him than I bargained for. That they were planning to commit suicide a day after my birthday, so I held an extended get-together for that weekend and tried to help make his life better as much as I could without being too obtrusive. My best friend once slept over at my house and he slept on the couch. He's 18. He wet the bed and blamed it on the cat. I knew it was him, but whenever it comes up I blame the cat too so that he doesn't feel embarrassed. I found out my best friend's husband is a convicted pedophile when I was cleaning their house while she was giving birth to their 4th child. I found the graduation certificate from a sexual predator class he took along with some other paperwork that gave details about the event. I've only ever told my mom, and only because I needed advice on how to handle it. In the end I was a coward and just distanced myself from the family. While I was sharing a room with a hot friend of mine, I kept coming across asterisk her skid marked underwear and NBSP, asterisk edit. Coming across. As in finding. Rather than ejaculating over. And NBSP, my most upvoted comment is about skid marked underwear. Gotta love Reddit asterisk. While surfing, I think you porn. I found a co-worker's profile. Looks like he was seriously into interracial cuckolding. Never told him. Because then he might find my profile. LOL. Not me but my friend. I lived in central Missouri during high school and I wasn't out of the closet yet. They're not too friendly to my kind round them parts. I tell you what. Anyway, I was at a play rehearsal and backstage getting ready. I left my phone up front in my seat where everyone would hang out waiting for their part to rehearse. My boyfriend at the time texted me something that would obviously out me. My friend grabs my phone cause it goes off and he thought he'd play a little joke on me and reply something funny in my stead. When he saw what was texted, he just locked my phone and put it back. He never told anyone and kept it to himself until I came out 3 years later. I've had the most profound respect for him since. Maybe not what Op was looking for. But he never told me or anyone about it. Props, brother. My boss is ducking her boss and tries, very poorly, to hide it from me. While saying stuff like, oh, I gotta leave early to pick up my car from boss house today. Bye. Found out that the parents of one of my good friends from high school are avid swingers and have tried to swing with the parents of most of my friends. Luckily I have no idea if they have been successful, but I'm not gonna tell my friend either way. In the 90s I worked at a 1-hour photo and seemed to have the good fortune of developing nudes from many of my female HS classmates who turned in disposable cameras. Everyone thought I was this awkward kid around girls. Truth was, I'd seen most of their boobs without even trying but couldn't tell them. Finally, one I can answer. I found out my cousin is gay years ago. He hasn't told anyone. We come from a very conservative Southern family and it isn't my place to tell anyone. I'd have told him but I found out by looking at his Reddit account and I feel bad enough about betraying his privacy. I'm sure you're probably reading this now because you're ducking addicted to Reddit, but your secret is safe with me, dude. I was staying in a hotel with 2 other guys during our high-S hook state tennis tournament. I really wasn't a fan of either guy. They were both kind of jerks. But we were teammates so it wasn't like we clawed at each other. Anyways, one of the guys went to take a shower. And while he was gone, the other saw a prescription bottle laying at the guy's suitcase and started asking what it was. He started reading it and I quickly realized that it was an antidepressant. So, despite really actually hating the guy it belonged to, I lied to him. Told him it was allergy medicine and that he was a douche for snooping around in the guy's stuff. I may not like the guy, but that's a very personal thing. And I know for a fact that I wouldn't want people knowing about it. Other teammates came out of the bathroom, and it was never mentioned to him. My cousin's husband has been having affairs for years. He is a high-powered business person, travels frequently and pretty much has a woman in every port. I know this because I interned at his company for a couple of summers. I didn't disclose we knew each other and only a couple of people in the office knew we had ties outside the office, and everyone seemed to know what was going on. I didn't have the heart to tell my cousin at the time because she was a Sam with 2 young girls. But the reality, I was young, stupid and afraid to tell her. The years passed and it became more and more evident she knew exactly what was going on, but tolerated it because she enjoyed the lifestyle he afforded her too much to give it up. Guess we all make our choices in life. Really close classmate from high school had her solo videos uploaded online. I jacked off to them. Last month she added me on LinkedIn. I know a close relative of mine cheated on their spouse for multiple years / another married person, and contracted herpes from the other person. Then claimed their divorce was a result of money and bad business decisions. I found out that my friend got a girl pregnant. Told her he'd take her to an abortion clinic, but then never showed and she had to take herself. I learned this from the girl's roommate. I don't think he'll ever tell him I know, but I lost a lot of respect for him. Maybe I'll feel less guilt by posting this. Doubt it will get seen, but here it goes. This pertains to my best friend. We've known each other for around 13 years. Basically, a mutual friend told my wife he was banging my best friend's girlfriend. My wife obviously told me and I was furious. I wanted to tell my friend but was also worried about ruining his social life since all other friends were the same. I ended up being too anxious to tell him and he finds out she's cheating with a completely different dude weeks later. I feel like I let him down. I was too worried about starting drama between friends to do the right thing. I stumbled upon my older sister's diary when taking care of her dog. Flipped through out of curiosity and found out that her first boyfriend refused to use a condom when he took her virginity and she ended up getting pregnant before having an early miscarriage. She's 20. Working 2 jobs and going to community college. All this has happened around Thanksgiving. When I saw her at dinner I didn't suspect anything. But she left early due to stomach pain. I can't imagine what she went through. But she's flawlessly acting like nothing happened. Nobody knows but me. And she doesn't know I know. And I plan to keep it that way. TLDR. Found our sister had an early miscarriage after losing virginity. Told no one.